Everyone, this is a preview for the final race in the Chase for the Sprint Cup 2011 Nascar. So, big showdown. Two drivers remain. One has already won it before, Tony Stewart, he's double champion, and Carl Edwards, the 99 machine, yet to win it, come close on a couple of occasions. 2008. Brilliant year, 9 wins. But yeah, it's a close one. 3 points lie between them at the moment. Final round, 40 points up for grabs in total, so a lot can happen. It's Homestead-Miami, it's the Ford 400, traditionally Ford track, hence Ford 400. 7 of the last 9 wins there have been with a Ford. So the odds are slightly stacked against Tony Stewart, but being the former champ, he's been there, he's done it. He's now in his own sort of own team, so a little bit different circumstances, and of course coming off the back of a five-year win streak for Jimmy Johnson, it's sort of it's a long while, but he will have the confidence. Being a former champ, he has the experience to deal with the pressure, and more likely Carl Edwards folding. But Carl Edwards has run well the last few years, so really is all in the balance actually. The new point system this year has been much better than last year, certainly. Great improvement in introduction, because it's easy to comprehend. Last however many years, points for each point paying position gained, you gain 5 or maybe 10 points. Now we have a system where you get a point per position gained. Going to prove very useful when calculating the points tables in the final race, because being only 3 points difference, if Carl Edwards is 4 places behind, Tony Stewart wins the championship. So that's it's very interesting situation. Only 2 guys in with a shot at the championship. Last year we had 3 drivers in with a chance, but actually I think that's better this year, because they're both on good runs. They have they've proved throughout the season that they are definitely the best contenders anyway. And with only 2 drivers, there's less to really follow. It's very straightforward. Tony's ahead, he's probably going to win it. Carl Edwards is ahead, probably going to win it. And that's a pretty good situation to be in. And it's come down, I think it usually always does, but again, coming down to the final race, that's what people want to see. Should be good. Think deserves to win the most. Well, I think Tony Stewart probably deserves it the most. Yeah, sure, he's won it before, twice, 2002, 2005. But in the Chase for the Sprint Cup, the last 9 races, he's won 4. And yeah, he's not only won quite a bit, but I think with Carl Edwards not winning more than 1 race, consistency, yeah, sure. And this points system has really favoured consistency and consistent drivers, because for a non-finish you lose 30 points easily, so apart from the park and road drivers. So yeah, and the thing is as well, Tony Stewart's driven with flair and flamboyant driving, whereas Carl Edwards, I don't even remember him winning. It was a long time ago, 4th race of the season I think. And yeah, no one wants to see someone win driving safely. Numerous, I remember about 10 races ago, Tony Stewart went all out on fuel consumption, and could have pitted, got himself a 5th or something. but went all out, went for the win. Yeah, and that's the kind of driver I want to see win the championship. So maybe, I know NASCAR have tried to cater for such a circumstance where consistent drivers end up winning, largely due to the fact that they have fewer non-finishes. So they've given a sort of win bonus of maybe 3 points, but maybe that isn't enough. But yeah, who do I think will win? I honestly don't know. Carl Edwards had a brilliant year in 2008, and I thought he had a very good chance then. On that basis alone, I'd quite like him to win. So I'm more sympathetic towards him in that respect. But this year, I don't think it's necessarily his. It's not the best way for him to win. I'd rather he waited another year, came back even stronger, and won it with a few more wins. But this year's been very open. No one's won more than 4 races. I was thinking Kyle Busch was going to sweep everything actually, but he's had a disaster of a chase. No, it's not gone very well, especially the last couple of races. Bit of a disaster. Jeff Gordon as well, big fan of his. Looking good, snapped the streak, got another couple of wins. Quite a nice new livery as well. Would have been good to see him challenge, because I think everybody had enough of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson coming up 3 wide on the outside. Yeah, no one wanted to hear that anymore. Jimmy Johnson's had a slightly last year, so by his incredible standards, of course, he's done pretty well. He's been very consistent, and I still think he'll finish maybe 4th or something. So decent for him. But a very open year, all in all. But I think the way Tony Stewart's really picked it up in the chase, 4 wins. Yeah, I'd like to see him take it. Hopefully, though, with a top 5 or something. I don't want to see either driver retire in the final race, and I want to see them both go to the final few laps looking at the scoreboard. That's what I want to happen. I think I am edging for Tony actually, so it should be good for someone like Carl Edwards, because it's his probably 2nd big run at the championship. But as we saw after last year, Denny Hamlin runs Jimmy Johnson very close, finishes a handful of points behind. Pretty unfortunate. Doing very well all year. I actually wanted Jimmy Johnson to win the title last year. I wanted to keep the streak alive 5 times. That happened. But Denny Hamlin's had a disaster this year. Still made the chase, but unreliability issues, and it just hasn't really happened at all. And Kevin Harvick's had a decent run. Seems to have found good run of form. He's just dropped off the last few races, and he's missing out on the final couple of positions. But I fear, if Carl Edwards doesn't win this year, he could have another season like Denny Hamlin, and he could be nowhere. It could be another also round. I say also round. He might finish 10th next year, but it's amazing to think actually how Jimmy Johnson has just rattled off five straight championships. But I don't know. It's kind of funny. But yeah, Tony Stewart for the win. Hopefully he gets 5 wins. Everyone looks. I'm glad Tony Stewart's actually won 4. I want the guy with the most wins to be the champion, really. But if Carl gets a 2nd win, he's got a couple of pole positions, loads of top 5s and top 10s. So both drivers will have proved their worth. What I really want, all in all, is a strong, close finish in the dying laps of the final race. Phoenix was a pretty good race. Both championship contenders right up there, swapping paint, dicing it out on the track, settling it how it should be. So that's what I want to see. It is a shame though for the rest of the grid. You've got 2 guys fighting for the championship, but no one really cares about the rest of the grid. I'm a fan of Montoya. I'm a fan of Ambrose. As a Westerner from England, I'm fully aware of V8 Supercars in Australia. I saw Ambrose win a couple of championships there. V8 Supercar Series, excellent road course driver as he's demonstrated on numerous occasions. Very pleased he won this year at Watkins Glen. Montoya, massive F1 fan. In fact, Montoya is probably the reason why I watched NASCAR actually. 2006-7, Montoya goes over. Yeah, Montoya is responsible for a lot of Europeans being much more interested in NASCAR than they ever were. So yeah, he's a popular guy certainly in these parts. But yeah, hopefully they will both have decent ends to the year. They sort of 17th and 19th in the championship. But yeah, that's the problem with NASCAR. Maybe, I think that's possibly the problem, because in Formula One, they have championship sort of team points as well, and each points paying position really counts for that as well. Whereas a lot of the teams are all sort of using Chevrolet Impalas, and so yeah, Chevrolet own half the grid, and they win that pretty much every year. So, for example, if Tony Stewart had rattled off 6 victories and everybody else had fallen away, the championship's already decided and there's nothing else to watch really. But fortunately, we do have a very good lineup, good track for it as well. I'm in Japan right now, so it'll be something like 5 in the morning or something for me, but see if I can watch it somewhere, and yeah, it should be a very good finale. Hopefully we'll have a good race, finish a great championship off, and next year is looking similarly good. Whether it will be better with Tony as incoming champion or with Carl Evans, I don't know. It'll be good nonetheless. So yeah, here's to a good final race. Thanks for watching the video.